Unless you're hiding under a rock, you know that Deadpool and Wolverine was released, I guess, officially Thursday night, but Friday's when probably most people went to see it. I went to see it yesterday, and so I wanted to sit with it for at least a day after watching it before saying anything because I wanted to collect my thoughts. This was a surprisingly great movie. Why I say surprisingly, I expected Deadpool to be good. I didn't expect Disney to release a movie like this. It was definitely not something that you'd be used to Disney releasing. I don't think they had a choice, however. I think if Disney would have made any changes to the format that Deadpool is presented in, it would have been a problem. It would have been a major problem, and this would have been a gigantic flop. So they released it in its rawest form. There is a lot of vulgarity in this movie. If you have young children, I would say stay away from this movie 100%. There's gonna be a lot of vulgarity. Outside of that, was the movie good? The I would say the script was a little chaotic, but if you're familiar with Deadpool, that makes sense because Deadpool himself is a chaotic person. The way his brain works, the way he breaks the fourth wall, even in the comic books, this is just the way Deadpool works. So I understand why the script was the way it is. I think the script was a character in and of itself. That can be seen as a bad thing. Some people might look at the script and might say, this was chaotic. It was all over the place. I don't know what was going on, and I didn't like the movie. I can definitely see how some would say that. I bought this was probably a few weeks ago, a reprinting of New Mutants number 98, and that's where Deadpool first showed up. I wasn't the biggest fan of New Mutants growing up. I have a few New Mutants comic books, but it didn't really grab me that much. So I'm not going to act like I was the biggest fan. It was a reprinting. It was a foil cover. Money grab for Marvel, but I said, hey, I like the foil cover. I'll buy it. This could be a launching point for Disney to reset the MCU. That's the potential that this movie has. Whether they will actually do that with this movie or not, who knows? Who knows what Disney is up to nowadays? I don't want to give away any spoilers. I want to give people the opportunity to go out and see the movie. But if you're wondering if you will enjoy this movie, you will. There were so many callbacks, so many nods and winks to fans. The movie made fun of Disney and the flops that Disney's had in the movie theater. And that's probably in large part due to Ryan Reynolds. He was the perfect choice for Deadpool. Who would have known Ryan Reynolds would be the perfect choice for Deadpool? I wouldn't have guessed that. But just his humor, the way he delivers his humor, his timing, he's a perfect match for this role. Deadpool and Wolverine, this was a movie meant to happen. This is what can be done when you just give the fans what they want. Is there a bunch of unnecessary stuff in this movie? No, not really. But there's a bunch of cameos that I think you're going to love. You're going to love. Like all of the cameos I saw in this movie, I was like, wow, this is really actually very good. I enjoy this. I think the movie's probably going to do good. I haven't checked the numbers. Let me see. I'm going to go to Box Office Mojo and check the numbers and see what it's doing, because I would not be surprised if this is the biggest showing that Disney has in a long time. Let's check and see what Box Office Mojo has to say. And let's see, daily. I wonder if they'll have the numbers yet for Deadpool, since this is a brand new movie. I don't think they will. Yeah, I don't see it on here yet. Let me refresh the screen. I might have to go back and check again. But I think this movie was done very, very, very good. All the action sequences, I mean, it starts out, the action sequences take you right to it. It doesn't waste any time. This movie doesn't take itself too seriously. And I think that was one of the probably the greatest assets to the movie. It started out with, Deadpool doing Deadpool things, joking, and then explaining how he got to the point he's at. Again, I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but this if you're a Marvel fan, this is what I would say. If you're a Marvel fan, this is a movie that is worth seeing. I do not think you will be disappointed. I don't think you'll walk away from this movie thinking, they could have done something else. This movie was done very well. So I'm on Box Office Mojo. I'm trying to check to see if there's any numbers for Deadpool and Wolverine, and I don't see any numbers thus far. So the numbers may not be out yet. I'm not sure exactly when Box Office Mojo is updated. I thought it was updated daily, but I could be mistaken again because I don't see this up there. Yeah, so the last time, maybe it's just on my phone it's showing this, but the last time it was updated was Thursday. So I imagine, okay, so my predictions. What is my predictions as far as price, what Marvel will earn? I would not be surprised if this movie is well north of 200,000 opening weekend, or 200 million, excuse me. And it might even be a lot more than that. Now, maybe that's lofty. Maybe, it's not exactly that much, but here's the opportunity Disney has. So, it's about the multiverse and fixing some things. I'm not going to go into detail again. I want to give people the opportunity to see the movie before I do a video where I'm offering up some spoilers. By the way, I have an upcoming video where I'm going to do a detailed breakdown of Yaira #1. I want to do a detailed breakdown of all the Rippaverse books, but I'm going to start with Yaira, mainly because I honestly believe Yaira and Alpha Core are probably the two most impactful and in-depth story-driven books from the Rippaverse thus far. So I'm going to start probably with those two. Then I'm going to break down ISOM 1 and 2. I think ISOM 1 and 2 gets a bad rap. They're not bad books. The first showings for Eric July as a writer, and I think it was a good showing. There's people that are hypercritical, and I think some of that hypercriticism is actually not warranted. I think people just want to hate the book. Anyway, I got that coming. I want to do a detailed breakdown of Deadpool and Wolverine, but again, give people opportunity to see the movie before doing that. Good movie. Go see it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I enjoyed thoroughly every moment. There was so many laughs, so many jokes, what you expect from Deadpool. This should show Disney that they could have fun. This gives Disney the opportunity to reboot the MCU, start from scratch and do it right, and don't inject all of the things into the new movies that are not relevant to fans. We want to see movies that are as accurate to the comic book as you could possibly be and entertaining at the same time.